What up, what up, what up? How's it going, stream? Hope y'all are doing right, all right. What up? All right, I don't know how to do an intro. Gotta work on that because my YouTube videos, I need to work on that too. But anywho, we're here. We have the beats on deck. You know, it's probably gonna be some freestyling in between. But other than that, I have a list of stuff I am trying to do today. First of all, sorry for the mess. I got a big old mess. As you can see, I am not a clean, well, I think I'm a clean person. I'm just not everybody that shows their area that's not messy or not organized, they definitely tidied up before recording. I'm not gonna do that. This is how it happens on a day-to-day. I do try to keep it as tidy as possible. Like I have my little pieces where things go, but we're gonna be messy. Right? That's just the nature of having to sit down and live here all the time, right? And work from my desk. But anywho, that's either here or there. I have goals for the day. I have goals for the year. We only have how many days till the year ends? When the 23rd? That's what, 7 days, 8 days till the year ends. So we got to make sure we get this app out, right? That's the goal. Get this app out. Let's just kind of see where it takes us and focus on the next app immediately, because 2024, my goal is to at least release 4 apps. I want to release 1 a quarter. So what that's gonna look like, I have no idea yet. I have a structure, or I have guidelines as to what I'm trying to achieve or what I'm trying to follow to get to that point, but I don't know for sure what it's going to look like. And that's okay. I don't have the answers to everything. So I'm just gonna focus on what I have at hand, which is, let me wrap up this app. Once I finish up this app, which is my social stat app, and for those of you who don't know, it is a app that allows a user like myself to keep track of my YouTube stats, like my subscribers or my followers, my likes, all the videos or posts that I have. But you know, if you think about it, a post, a follower, a like, those 3 components, you see it across any social media, right? Facebook has likes. Facebook has posts, how many posts you've done. What was the last one I said? Followers. You can have followers on Facebook, right? On TikTok, you have views. You have posts, which are your videos. You have the followers that are following you. You have the likes for your actual posts, right? So all of these information, Instagram does the same thing. YouTube does the same thing. YouTube call them subscribers. They don't call them followers. But since all of these 3 things are in common, I want to try to build a tool that will aggregate all of that information for you. How is that linking going to occur? I have no idea yet. So for now, I'm just going to start with YouTube. What does YouTube gives me? You know, it gives me subscribers, it gives me followers. We can convert it to followers. They give me the likes, they give me the views and the videos, which are the posts. Though they do have their post sections as well, which is their community tab. But we're going to kind of aggregate all of that and just keep it like as one thing. So we're gonna start with YouTube first. I know I've shared my API key sometimes on the stream. So one of my tasks to do offline is to reissue my API key in order for nobody to be able to hack my stuff. So yeah, that being said, what do I need to do today? Let's get into it. Well, jump right into my Notion doc. Let's take a look at today. Yo, this is outdated. Okay, yeah. This is something that shouldn't be here. Instead, let's copy this mofo over. Duplicate. Drag. What's today? The 23rd. Oh, by the way, I am off from work for the next week. What does that mean? That means that your boy definitely gonna get this done before the end of the year, because your boy is about to stream every single day for the next week while doing video recording for YouTube, because I do have a video I want to release by the beginning of the year, while editing my YouTube shorts, while doing the dad stuff, do the husband stuff. Obviously that takes priority, but I'm gonna try and use the days that I have off, that my kids don't have off as well, and my wife doesn't have off, to treat it as a work day, like I'm working, right? But instead of working, I'm gonna actually be working on my stuff, on the stuff that I want to do, right? Which are, let's make sure we have a structure for 2024. What does that look like for myself as far as what I want to achieve by 2024? That's for my personal goal, right? Is I want to release apps, right? So I need to figure out a way how to get that down to a structure. So that's what I'm going to focus on next week. Once I have that structure, then the next layer on that is, okay, how can I add content creation on top of that? Is it going to be something that occurs naturally because I am just going to be streaming while I'm working on the stuff that I'm trying to work and achieve on? And then kind of like, I don't know, find a way how to automate that process a little bit more to be able to do the content creating stuff. So I am thinking about doing several things, like maybe getting somebody who edit my content, just because it's a little bit more less time consuming. I don't know how many hours I've been putting into editing these videos. I know I've been staying up to like 2 a.m. doing it. That's neither here nor there. I'm just chatting, I'm just talking. I need to get to it. I don't have a lot of time today. I have about an hour and a half, I think, maybe a little bit more. I'm just gonna jump into it and let's do it. Okay, let's try the same task today. All right, last time, what all did I did? I was able to do this landing UI. Let's just get rid of this. Thank you, Mom. Uy. I just got an empanada. Thanks. I just got an empanada. You know, this is empanada, and it's not the Mexican empanada, because empanadas that are from Mexico are sweet. You know what kind of empanada this is? The delicious kind. Oh man. Told myself, don't eat on stream. Don't eat on the stream. But I'm here. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten breakfast. And I have a lot of stuff to get done. So, let me jump into it. Where is my stuff? Okay. Says I have right now. Oh, I need to add my boy. Let's see here. How do people know how do I add moderators to my channel? I need to add a follower that's been he's been following me, and he's been coming to my streams almost every day. So I want him to be my moderator. Hey. Ooh. Sorry, I'm doing something here real quick. Just gotta check the Discord, verify his name. Okay, I got his name here. Josue. Brother. There's so many Josue Ruiz followers this. Here we go. Where's Josue? He's probably gonna be one of my first ones. Josue, no. Hey. Let's see. Josue Ruiz, right here. Can I give him a role? Moderator. He can edit too. Bam. All right, he's a moderator. Dope. I don't know when he's gonna show up. I'm not gonna hold him accountable to anything like that. He shows up when he shows up. But now he's a moderator. And let me message him. No sé qué eso significa, pero ahora tienes esa opción. Tilde en la O, right? Es opción. All right, Brett. Let's jump into it. All right. So last time, work on the formatting to look like the table below. I did this last time. I thought I fixed it. However, I saw a bug yesterday when I was just kind of, I was showing somebody the app. And I noticed this. 1.50. I mean, I think this could just be 1.5, 2.2. You know what I mean? There was one that I saw yesterday that I didn't like. I think it was on the other device actually. Yeah, let's run it on this one and see. I wasn't here. Interesting. Yo, ¿qué pues Josué? ¿Cómo va, compadre? Aquí estamos chilling. Oh, this doesn't have a latest. Aquí estamos chilling, brother. Tratando de terminar esta aplicación. You know, I need to get it done before the end of the year. That's the goal. End of the year needs to get done. No tengo trabajo la próxima semana, así que voy a estar streameando todos los días, trabajando todos los días en esto. Quiero terminar esta aplicación. By the end of the year, this app needs to be done. It needs to be, yeah, finished. Fuzz, let's see here. Add, okay. Fuzz Dev. Who's Fuzz Dev? Ooh, these people look cool. They have 2.7 mils view, 25k subscribers. Okay. This needs to be updated. It's not being updated here. Okay. But this is updated here. If I remove him, he needs to be removed from here, which is not. And it says that he's still connected. Pero, brother, ¿cómo tú estás, hombre? ¿Cómo va la vaina? ¿En qué has estado? ¿Cómo fue tu semana? ¿Ya estás listo para el cafecito? ¿Cómo se llama? No el cafecito. Las navidades, el año nuevo. These are little bugs that I can fix outside of all the other stuff that I got going on. These are easy to fix, I think, in my opinion. Yo, it looks like it has a little bar right here. That's weird. Why does it look like I have a little bar right here? Huh. What's up?
Danny wants to know how many
Yo, big wall wanted to come out.
Huh?
Hey, pues dice Josué. Qué bien, ya te mereces un descanso. Gracias. Pues de momento todo tranquilo. Planeando ya la cena de Navidad con la familia y pasarla juntos. Listo, brother. Y pues, cuando hace Navidad, ¿ustedes siempre comen la misma vaina todos los años? ¿O hay una comida en especial que hacen? You know, what do y'all do for the holidays? Bro, I like this. This looks way better than mine's. Who is that guy? The donut guy? Let's save the donut person. Yeah, see, this needs to look bigger, I think. Okay. Listo.
Nani said you need a bolt.
Huh?
You need a bolt.
I need to what?
Bolt.
Bolt?
It's bulking season.
He said I need to eat a lot. Yeah, I'm getting skinny. Alright. Mira lo que me trajeron, brother.
Hot chocolate's coming out in a bit.
What?
Hot chocolate's coming out in a bit.
I'm okay. Mira lo que me hicieron ahorita. I don't know if you can tell. But son empanadas. Empanadas criollas. Eso dice, siempre se manda a comprar comida y pues lo que se suele hacer entre cada miembro de la familia es botana. Es botana. Y cuando dices botana es como que todo el mundo trae un poquito de comida y pues entre sí hacen como un plato entero o... No me acuerdo qué significa botana. Se ven buenas esas empanadas, sí, brother. Están bien deliciosas. Mi desayuno. Pero... me tengo que enfocar. Me tengo que enfocar. Las empanadas están ahí. Me las como cuando me las coma. Pero me tengo que enfocar. Tengo que terminar esta vaina. Mira. No sé si me puedes ayudar en esa situación. Because I do need help, bro. I've never built a widget before. So right now, I have these widgets, right? That I can create. And then this widget here, I don't know why it looks like this in the first place. It shouldn't look like that. Let's do the other emulator for now. That's another thing I need to figure out. Why is it looking like that? Okay, but I have these widgets, right? That I am trying to build. Let's say for me, okay. El problema que tengo that I'm trying to figure out is how can I tell this widget, hey widget, I want you to go ahead and issue an update. So I want to have a button here. When you tap on it, it's going to refresh. Like when you tap on this here, it's going to refresh the status, the data of this stuff, all of this data. But how can I invoke my work manager from here to then go update this stuff and then come back and update the widget itself? I don't know how to do this. I honestly don't know. So I'm just gonna use ChatGPT for this, to be honest. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. But we'll get to there. Let me just clean this up here real quick. I need to leave this format in 1 because I saw a bug here the other day. I might have to double check this. Saw a bug where formatting did not look like the table below, although we already did this. Looking to change the top bar color. Okay, yeah, Darklin suggested to add a tooltip. Darklin had a great suggestion here that I need to look into. Darl King, not Darklink, Darl King. Implement the details UI screen. This is done. Invoke refresh from Widget. This is one of the biggest things that we want to do. Need to have a flag to mark profiles as okay. That's not nothing to worry about. I already did this. Here, implement ads. This is probably my other next step. I think I'm gonna order these by priority. So for now, I think these two. Ooh, what did I have here? What's this? I have to look into this. Sí, la botana es un platillo que varía su preparación, pero es rica y es como un platillo tipo los nachos. Ah, ok, sí. Como pasabocas. Yo lo llamo pasabocas, o sea, es como un preaperitivo antes de comer. Y son como tapas. ¿Le dicen tapas? Right, tapas, is it? What are tapas? Tapa is an appetizer snack in Spanish cuisine. Sí, lo llaman tapas en España, pero nosotros lo llamamos pasabocas, ustedes lo llaman botana. That's funny. All right. This is yeah, I need to figure out how to do this. Mira, we're going to use AI for this. I'm not going to read a lot. Let's see here. Summarize. Give me a short summary. What does this do? Widgets with collection users. Okay, this doesn't really tell me much. How would I do a full update? Manager widget, you can use the app widget manager update widget. A full update involves replacing the entire content of the widget with new content. Okay. All right, so then what is a partial update? How would I do a partial update? Oh, shoot. Déjame cambiar esta música, bro. I want something a little bit more, as far as music goes, mirror to my style. This is dope, but I think I want some reggaeton today. El reggaeton clásico. Oh man, I haven't heard Ivy Queen in so long. Tú quieres bailar, yo quiero te y pegarte a mí. El huevo será. Alright, how do we use the partial update? For partial update, use the partially update widget. Come on, boy. But you need the remotes viewed. What is the remote views? I'm not gonna have this. Did I need the remote views for this too? I did too. Okay. Let's see here. I had initially started doing some research on this last night. Y vamos a ver qué sucede aquí. Entra. Brother, me dice si la música está if it distracts people. Para así yo cambiarlo, porque no sé, I don't know what kind of music to play. This is the music I like, and I'm vibing to it, you know what I mean? But I don't know if everybody's gonna vibe to that too. You know, matter of fact, I don't care. This is for me. This is for me, never mind. If you don't like my songs, I'm sorry. But I'm not gonna change it because it's for me. I don't mean to be rude. Alright, so I did a ChatGPT to check. Okay, this is the part that I need to worry about. Here, whenever we're trying to do this on receive, we'll be able to get a notification. Pues el lado está bien, tú dale, duro. Por eso eres mi tipo, brother. He's like, tú dale, tú le metes. No, alright, so I have a provider already, right? Here. Tengo este proveedor, this receiver here. And this receiver here will get the on-receive call. Yeah, so we can get the on-receive call here. And we'll see if an update, an intent to do an update widget occurred. But where was this set? Make sure to replace with a unique action string of your choice. But this doesn't make sense. Action, here's the action, okay. Action update widget, okay, so this is the action we want. But I haven't heard songs like this in a long time. La la la. So, okay, if I do an action to update. All right, so if I go back to my widget here, right? Whenever the widget gets clicked to refresh, is gonna go ahead and then invoke this click lambda, which is gonna issue the one-time request for the work manager to do his thing. But then it sets just the widget UUID to the work data. Okay. What this means then, bruh, frigitona. Oye, ¿qué pasa? Oh, ahora estoy viendo tus mensajes en Discord. Si llegan. All right, so, okay, I have the widget UID, right? That's getting here into, I'm setting the widget UID, and then I can use this widget UID to then hit the database and say, hey, get me the remote ID that's mapped to this widget ID. Once I have that remote ID, I can then use that to save or issue an update on that particular remote ID. When I say issue an update, what do I mean by that? I mean, we can invoke the worker that we're invoking. We'll use the widget UID to get the remote ID it's attached to. We'll use that remote ID to then do to hit the APIs again for that remote ID and update all of his stats. The idea would be, because right now the remote ID is only tied to YouTube. The idea would be is that we tied to instead of a remote ID, we'll tie it to a local database table. And in that table, we'll have the list of remote IDs that are attached to that local ID. So in the case of, let's say we want to start integrating with Instagram, we'll have an Instagram remote ID, we'll have a YouTube remote ID, we can have a TikTok remote ID, and then all of those are mapped to a local ID, which will then be mapped to that widget ID. So whenever I issue a request and I say, hey, widget, go ahead and update your information, I can then use that local remote ID. That's weird, local remote ID. But I can use that local ID to then get all the remote IDs that are attached to it and fetch all of the different pieces of it. So that's the ultimate goal. Nicky jam, yo. All right. So what does that mean? Right now, when I do the click, I get the widget. Okay, yeah. I start the work request for my save social stat worker. The problem with this, there's two things that I don't know. Actually, yeah. I don't know if this would override if you have like multiple widgets, if this will override it. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna attach, bro, my keyboard died. Are you serious? My keyboard died. What the? I need to get a new keyboard, bro. I really need to get a new keyboard. I don't like this one because it hurts my wrist. But, mira, es que aquí no hay que gastar el dinero, brother. Si hay uno que ya funciona, hay que utilizarlo. Aunque no me guste, lo usamos. Culo, teta. ¿Qué? Culo, teta. Can you please work, homie? All right, I'm gonna use my keyboard from my laptop in the meantime, but let's see here. So I'm gonna attach this UID here to it. The reason for this is I have a slight exacto, que funcione lo que importa, right? I'm not gonna break my back to spend money to get another keyboard when this is working. Pero no me duele bastante las ¿cómo se dice? The wrist. Y es muy alto. Me gustan los que están más bajitos, como like my Mac laptop. I like that. All right, so why am I adding this UID here to this request name? Reason is if we have multiple widgets. Let me add a second widget here. Panto. So how do I identify when I click one? How do I identify what work request name it is? Right? If it's like this right here where I don't have the UID, I won't be able to identify which one is which. But if I append the ID, whenever this worker gets invoked, right, it's being invoked to replace the existing one. So I don't want it to replace, I don't want clicking this one to replace the work of this one that's going on. Let me go back and let me just say that again. So that way it makes more sense in my head. All right, so let's say this guy goes and I click here to refresh. It's gonna come in here, trigger a worker with this work request name, right? And it's gonna replace any existing one. Then I go and like half a second later, I click this one here, down here. It's gonna come and try to do the same thing. But since the names are the same, and it has this policy of replacing, it's going to replace the worker for this first guy on the top left corner. So what we wanna do here is maybe attach a UID here to make it unique per widget. Then that way, one worker for a particular widget is not gonna affect the next. Now, this might have some issues. You might have to do like some queuing and caching and stuff. I don't know. We might have to figure that out. But that's something for the future. Let me just get rid of this here. Okay. So we have the widget here. We issue the worker, and we go in here in the save social work stat worker. All right. Initially, this worker was used to only fetch via remote ID. But I don't think that makes sense. I think have it going based on a local ID is what makes the most sense. And then we can get the remote ID from that local ID. So how do we want to do this? I can make a brand new worker, to be honest, that's specific for the widget. Maybe I should do that. That way, even though they're gonna do the same thing, I feel like I have less control of it at this level. Okay, so what's up, Tooks? What's up, man? How you doing? Tooks96 in the house. So yeah, what was the initial use case of this social stat worker, right? The initials, oh, my song is coming on. But anyways, what was the initial use case of this person? This save social stat worker initially was meant for whenever you tap on, let's say we look for, let's say Tooks. Maybe Tooks have a YouTube. I don't know if he does, but Tooks, I think he did. I think we searched it last time. So Tooks, I don't know. But let's say we go here. When we hit this heart, let's find one that will load. So when we hit this heart down here, or we hit this heart right here, we'll invoke this save social stat worker with the remote ID. And then it'll go and download everything and save it to the database for us. But in the case of our widget, we may have a list of remote IDs. So to separate how these two workers, like they're doing similar work, but they're not too similar. And instead of like making this overly complicated, let's just create a brand new worker that's only for widget. And then we go from there. Great, what about you? Bro, I'm doing good. I'm chilling, I'm all right. I'm trying to get this app done before the end of the year. So make sure you tune in next week because I'm gonna be online almost every day. If not, yeah, every single day out of next week. So tune in, bring your friends, tell me, between web and mobile, do you have a preference? That's I think you might have to specify for me what part of web are we talking about? Are we talking a full stack web? Or are we talking back end only? Or are we talking front end from web? Which one of those pieces are you talking about? Then I can answer your question. All right, so let's do a brand new worker here. Merci. Merci. Passe. Alright, we're gonna do a brand new worker here. And my keyboard, are you back up? Oh, you back up, homie. Let's go. Connected. Dope. So let's create here a new one. Never passe. New Kotlin class, and we're gonna call this refresh widget worker. This works. All right, so let's add it, and it's gonna look a lot like this. Okay, you didn't copy? All right, let's do head and implement the members. As you just want to compare it to mobile dev. Okay, if you want me to compare it to mobile dev, I guess I'll say this much. I feel like unless it depends on what framework you're using. If I'm using something like Ruby on Rails that is like very quick to set up, you can compare that a lot to how mobile development works, because Ruby on Rails has to deal with backend situations, front end, but it also has like this whole pattern where you use MVC to access your data, right? So it's all intertwined. It has the database layer, it has like backend logic if you need it to be, which includes your database layer. But then you also have your front end piece that you have to like send the information to the UI and render that. All of that within Ruby on Rails is kind of like what mobile development is, because I need to be able to know every single thing, like where's the data coming from, how do I transform that data, how do I present that data to the user. If you use something like Ruby on Rails, that's kind of mapping to it. But if you're in a tech stack that's like using React in the front end, it might be using PHP in the back end, it might be using like, I don't know, Redis or PostgreSQL or some type of different storage solution, that's now a lot of overhead when it comes to web development. Now, there's no problem in that. That's great that it has a lot of overhead, because it means that there's a lot of open positions now. You have to become specialized in different tiers of the web stack. In mobile, you do have similar jobs, because you have like, depending what your team is or how large your team is or the company, you might have specific niche roles like that as well as web. But as a solo entrepreneur, which is what I'm trying to become, as an indie developer, you have to know, you need to know how to do every single thing in mobile. You have got to, so do I prefer mobile over dev over web? Yes. The reason is because I'm doing this on my own and I have control over every single thing. I'm learning so much. I'm having to deal with databases. I'm having to deal with UI. I'm having to deal with animations, with use cases, with a lot of those things you don't get the opportunity on web, because sometimes you're just focusing on one part of your tech stack. So to answer your question, I like mobile dev more because I get to do more things and I get to learn more things, in my opinion. But don't worry about my opinion, I'm just like a little fly in the air. Móvil también es ser como un full stack. That's right. That's exactly what I said. But Josué is agreeing with me, is that mobile development is like being a full stack, because you have to know design, is what he says. BD, which I'm guessing is backend development. You need to connect to APIs, yes. And a lot of times he said you have to do some sort of backend, meaning you might have to deal with like Firestore, for instance, or Firebase to store your stuff in a storage, online, storing in a storage, but storing your data in a cloud manner. So, yeah. Am I not bothered by small screens compared to big screens in web? Well, that's a good question, but I don't think it matters what I like, to be honest. It matters what the user likes. So think about it this way. A lot of people have phones. A lot of people have phones. So the likelihood in today's day and age for somebody to consume your content or your whatever you're trying to build on the website on a full-blown desktop is lower than consuming it on a mobile development, on a mobile app, or on a phone. So it's just, to me, it makes more sense to target mobile because you just have a higher demographic and reach of what you're trying to build. You know, you could probably like argue with me on that, and that's fine. But I just feel like in today's day and age, especially with the younger generation, they don't care about looking on a big screen on the desktop. They do everything on their phone. So that's why I would probably stick to mobile. Does it bug me looking at the little phone? No, it doesn't. I look at my phone all day. You know, it's just, it's easier in my opinion. Because you have like instant gratification too. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. All right, so I do need to have... This is instantiating it like this, huh? Bien guía. Okay. I don't know if I like this. Pegao, 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 pegao. Y el mahón bien apretado. All right. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to just go ahead and do it because in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, I shouldn't be instantiating this right here. This is a super bad pattern, but the pattern doesn't matter. The user is not going to see my pattern. I need to just get this app done. So let's just hack through it. And what I would actually, what I'm fighting the urge to that do is introduce hilt or dagger or whatever dependency graph library to remove this from here and put it in as a parameter and then assist inject it so we can have it. But I'm not going to do that because that's going to take up the entire stream. I need to just go ahead and do this. So let's jump into it here. Y el mahón bien apretado. All right, so we're not going to do this. This will be widget ID. Widget ID key. Candy. Panty. Candy. Okay, I can use the enqueue work here. I am a freaky panty. All right, so the refresh part here is where we're gonna get interesting, right? This YouTube part, I need to figure that out later. But what I want to do is first I want to get the social stat stuff. Sorry. Oh, ad break ends in 19 seconds. Okay, I guess we have to wait. Tooks. What is my app doing? I'll let you know once the ad break ends in 10, 9, 8, 7. Let me get a little bite in the meantime. All right, you back? 1 second, let me finish chewing. I'll let you know what my app is doing. God, love my food, man. Let me mute myself. I don't want y'all hear me chewing. All right, we're back. Okay. What is my app doing? Good question. So my app is meant for content creators or anybody who just want to keep track of a particular content creator they like. So the idea behind it is that I can go ahead and search for any content creator that I like. So I don't know, Philip Blackner, he's a really big Android one. obviously I need to, there's some stuff I need to fix here. I should have like a loading thing, Spinger. But let's say I want to keep track of how Philip Blackner is doing, right? I can go and see like his description. I can see how many followers or subscribers he has, how many posts he's done, and how many overall views he has. I can then follow this person and then choose. See, he should pop up in here, but he didn't. Let me rerun this. Obviously, I have bugs in my app. I'm trying to finish it up. But yeah, I have Philip Blackner, which is interesting here. We see, is this bigger? It's not bigger. Okay, just expanded. I see. Okay, so then he's now part of my favorites, right? In my favorites, I can still view the same things, but the idea is that you can then connect multiple different social accounts to then aggregate all those stats for Philip Blackner. So then I can see how many followers he has through all of his social profiles, or how many views or posts or whatever. Then the cool thing is that you can come in here. They don't know they have a... So let me try to show you what this do. So once you have that person in your favorites, you can then go ahead and use the widget, which is kind of like the biggest feature of my app, is use this widget to then keep track. It's not in real time, obviously, but keep track of how often, or you know, their stats over time. Then the second phase of that would be to then support it so you can do it on the watch. So then that same data will be coming to the watch. So this project is for me to, why am I doing this project? Well, first of all, there is a competitor, which I think is Play Subscribers Count. Play Store. So this subscribers counter, it does the same exact thing, but I don't think, one, it looks as good as mine's, and two, if you look at the reviews, a lot of the reviews are saying that even the most recent one, widget works really well, but it doesn't show the actual sub count. This is just like a misinformation that he did not present in his app. That's something I can fix. Another big thing about this app that people are saying is that it has so many ads. What with all those ads, you know, the app with the most ads. So I want to kind of like target this with like very minimal ads, but I want to offer a premium service to say, hey, now that you have these people that you're following, if you want to link TikTok, Instagram, that's going to cost you premium. And then that's how hopefully I can monetize this in the future. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm building for now. But we'll see what happens. The goal is to get it done by the end of the year and release it. So let's see. My app is better. Bro, appreciate that, man. Thank you. We'll see. We'll see. You know, obviously we have some bias here, but we'll see what users say about it. Look, what I'm saying is that if this app has over 1 million downloads, right? If I can somehow tackle that keyword and become like #1 rated for that keyword, I'll be able to, like, I don't know. I think I'll be able to compete with them. I do think I can. I'm sorry, Luis Santos. I'm coming for you. All right. Let's see here. What do I need to do now? Okay, I just got my widget ID. Now I need to get the remote from it. And just so y'all that are watching, so you can follow a little bit along. So what I'm trying to do with this worker is gonna do a background job for me. And I'm passing along a widget ID for it. Reason for that is with this widget ID, I can then, the widget ID is gonna be a UID like this. With this widget ID, I can then identify which social profile entity ID I'm trying to link with. Then I use that ID to then get the remote ID I need to then hit the API and then like update all of the information in my database. In your job, what kind of app are you working on? That's a good question. I think if I reveal what kind of app I'm working on, you'll know where I work, which that might be okay. Is that okay? I guess I'll preface it with saying this. anything I do on my stream, anything I do on any of my social media platforms, anything, which I'm on TikTok, YouTube, by the way. If y'all haven't followed, please follow, follow and subscribe. But anything I do on all of my media platforms, social media platforms, are my thoughts and my own point of view on everything. It's not related to the people I work for at all. And nothing at all. So I need to make sure I say that because I don't want to get into legal trouble or anything. But who do I work for? I work for Square. Square is the app that allows you to take payments from your phone, or you know, it has like the POS system that you can have the handheld for the waiters, and they can use that to take orders and have a restaurant experience. Well, not only restaurant, we also do retail amongst other things. But I work for Square Restaurants. That's what I work for. So what do I work on? I work on the app to help waiters, for instance, be able to take orders from a customer at a table. So that's what I do on my day-to-day. But what I'll say is, although I enjoy it a lot. I'm learning a lot. These are like one of the most smartest people I've ever been around as far as programming is concerned. And I'm the older one, right? I have more experience than a lot of them, but they're like way smarter than me. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. I ain't got to be the smartest one. I just need to know enough to be dangerous. You know what I mean? If I know enough to be dangerous, I can defend myself. I can have my survival instincts will kick in, and I'll make sure the job is done. So I don't have to be as smart as them. I'm just grateful that I am around them. That being said, you know, there's a sense of gratification you get by building your own things. And I think that's where I am right now mentally, in a space where I want to work on the stuff that I enjoy, just to kind of see how much potential I have, right? Because right now I'm being limited by everybody else around me. My responsibilities, you know, my job, incur my responsibilities, and that's okay. I'm not trying to diss that, because I'm a man. I'm a family man. I have my responsibilities, and I abide by that. That's what I'm going to do. Whatever it takes to make sure my people are right. But there's something about me being able to take control of what I want to do by building these things, where I feel like I've been growing on a personal level for the past 6 months or so. Because by the way, next week, if y'all want to tune in, it'll be my 1 year anniversary by being a Twitch streamer. I have, you know, if you look at how many followers I have and all of that, I don't have a lot. And that's okay. That's 100% okay with me. But over these past like 3 to 6 months, the more I've been doing this, I've been realizing that I enjoy doing this for me more so than doing it for somebody else. That I don't know if they even know that their decisions are going to be impactful to users. I feel like what I'm building right now is something that will be impactful to not only me, because I'm going to use it. I want to keep track of my subscriber counts, right? But maybe it'll be impactful for other people. Anyways, I'm rambling about it. I don't know. I had a heart-to-heart moment right there. I got to finish this app. So yeah, recap. Next week, my year anniversary for Twitch. But also I'm off all next week. So what that means is I'm going to be streaming almost every single day to try and get this app done. Not to try and get this app done, but to get it done, because it's getting done. All right. So that's what it's going to be. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Like, when people say stuff like that, I'm a very emotional person. So when people say stuff like that, I feel like it means a lot. So I really appreciate that. Thank you for being here too, you know, and taking a look at the stream. So with all that being said, let's refocus and get back into this. Even if I'm waiting for the iOS version, you funny. Well, guess what? Phase 3 of this, after I do the watch, is to convert it to a Kotlin multi-platform project and then build the iOS version. We're using Jetpack Compose multi-platform. So maybe it'll come out, and maybe you can be my first tester. Gotta let me know. All right, so now that we have the widget ID, we need to fetch the widget ID and get the remote ID from it. Fetch this table, and I think I already have something that does that. Te demoras De la misma hora. Yeah, get by widget UID. So here, what do I get here? Select by widget UID. I get this social profile entity. But yo, hold up. Ay. Tengo un dilema. Okay, Kotlin multi-platform. Hell yeah. Kotlin multi-platform is gonna be a problem in the future, I think. But I have a dilemma right now. Oh my gosh. Let me see here. The problem here that I'm having is this save social stat worker. I'm doing it via remote ID, right? But the cool thing is in this widget here, whenever we do the click, I have this social profile entity and I already have the remote ID. So for now, I'm gonna just reuse the existing worker that I have and give it the remote ID. But I'm gonna take in an extra parameter, which is gonna be a widget ID. And what we're gonna do with this widget ID is we are going to trigger an update if we find that widget ID in our preferences or in our input data. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. As I told you, Tux is saying, as I told you, I want to become an iOS developer, but I'm really afraid of the current market for native mobile developers. I feel that web is safer, but love mobile. More I feel people doing mobile are more happy and enjoy the projects more. That's a tough situation because now it's a balance between survival, right? By survival, I mean you're trying to get a job so you can provide for yourself or for others, right? So that's survival versus dreams. And from my experience, what I can say is following your dreams suck. Okay? Following your dreams are, what I mean by suck is that it's hard. It's tough. You have to make lots of sacrifices. And if the sacrifices come in the form of not being financial stable, you have to be okay with that. But you can't just give up on the dream. You have to be realistic, but not just give up on the dream because of what you think you might need. It's just tough, bro. It's tough. What I'll say is, if you have the mind to it, make mobile your career and let something happen. I don't think the market is going to change that crazy, to be honest. I mean, I think with technologies that are growing up like Kotlin multi-platform, it is making it easier for us to have this shared code base, but there's still it still has a long ways to go, I think. Look, listen to what Josue is saying. He said he left web because he really enjoyed mobile. And now he wants to buy himself a Mac Mini so he can learn iOS. Bro, do it. Do it. Next time you can't get a chance, do it. Más bien, bro, si tú crees que tú ves Mac Minis más baratos acá en los Estados Unidos, tú me dices, nos contactamos por Discord, lo compras y yo te lo envío. Yo te ayudo a hacer la pala para enviártelo allá a México. But let me know, bro, because you need to learn. I think you should learn iOS. iOS is really fun to develop in. I love Swift. Swift is amazing. But Kotlin, right now, the reason why it's more amazing than Swift to me is because you have more options. I can build for web, I can build for backend, I can build for desktop, for iOS, and for Android. That's 5 technologies I can build with one language. That's the best of both worlds right there to me. So, Tux, if you want to go to mobile and you want to become an iOS mobile engineer, go for it. I'll say explore your options though. Kotlin, you might get a better bang for your buck, but that's up to you. I would say don't give up on your dreams, man. Like, that's the one thing that 10 years from now you're gonna look back and be like, yo, I wish I would have done that. All of us are gonna have those things. Me personally, I have them too. But it took me 5 years to switch to mobile. And I wanted to be mobile the first thing out of school, but I didn't have the chance. I didn't have the opportunity. It took me 5 years. 5 years and I had a kid already, and I couldn't provide for anybody. But now, thankfully, like I said, I'm blessed. I'm in a blessed position right now. What can I can say I take 12 months, learn full-time without caring about money. I mean, if that's what you can do, I wouldn't say just learn by like studying. I would say learn by building. Start building stuff during those 12 months. Build hard stuff. Build stuff that you think might be unique. Learn about marketing. Learn about ASO. Learn about SEOs. And build. Something is gonna happen. You're gonna build up your portfolio like that. You're gonna then eventually find how product and market moves and how to be able to talk, like that. And then once you do, whenever you get to the point for interviews, it's gonna just make it more easier. Because in interviews, yes, algorithms are great. Algorithms are great to assess an engineer. But how do you determine if somebody is senior is when you start having those behavioral type conversations. And if you have that experience releasing projects, releasing products, by building those products, by marketing those products, now you can have an idea of what companies want to see from you when it comes to what you can deliver, not only to them, but to their customers. So that's a lot of stuff that you can build up with yourself. Puede aprender con 1 hora diaria y es suficiente para comenzar algo. Yep. He said you can learn 1 hour a day. Take 1 hour a day to learn, and I guaranteed you learn really fast. Do you plan in the future to become an indie app developer and live with your apps? If I can, man, that's what I would love to do. I don't know. I don't think I have the right amount of dedication for it, because there's people out there that's way smarter than me, and they're just way faster than me in general. I overthink a lot of things, but I would love to get to that point if possible. I just need to find my way there. I think right now I'm between like doing content creation and building my mobile apps to where I don't know which one to focus on. So I'm just kind of like in the middle, trying to focus on both at the same time. So that's definitely like lighting the fuse at both ends of the strings that is going to burn out. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. A mí también me encantaría vivir de eso. That's right, bro. I think anybody would love to live off their own apps. That would be like, shoot, I could go back home to where I'm from, and like over there I'll be living like a king with the salary that I could be making, bro. Like, that's crazy. It doesn't take a lot of money to make me happy. All right. Let's get back to this though. This is a great conversation, by the way. I appreciate y'all keeping me active and wanting to talk about these things, because I don't know, it brings out me thinking about y'all and me thinking about myself too, and where I want to go. So keep the questions coming. That's what I'm here for. But let's continue working on this. All right. So I think I can reuse the existing worker that I have. I don't need to create this new one after all, because I already have access to the social profile remote ID here. But I do need to give it the widget ID. That way I can have a way to update that widget as it completes. So let's do another one here. Remote ID to no, let's do this here. Then go the widget UID string. It's gonna be nullable. Yeah, bro. Bro. No sé. This is the thing too, man. Like in the industry right now, like there's not a lot of people that I think that have my background, because okay, I know how to speak English. I'm fine with English, but my background is like, I'm from South America, right? Like I listen to this type of music. I listen to a lot of rap, hip hop, a lot of underground. I'm pretty much, if you want, you can probably call me ghetto. That's what I am. I'm pretty ghetto. Like my hobbies are playing basketball. Like I could have probably been close to be a D1 basketball player. so like my mindset and the way I am as a person is totally different from my line of work. So when I am in the industry, it's hard to find people that are relatable to. Very hard. You know, no, who do I speak to? The outsourced people from Mexico that are the QA engineers, and I talk to them in Spanish, right? So that's the type of people that I'm linking with. But people within my industry, there's like right now at this company, I found like a handful, like maybe 4 or 5 people that speak like me, that listen to the music that I listen, but they're still like second generation of this country. I'm like first generation, right? I was born in South America and then came here. So it's kind of hard to find people in this industry that, I don't know, it's just tough. So I think that's another reason why I want to try to shift the way to doing things my way, so I can just like not conform to whatever culture specifically the companies want me to conform to. Don't get me wrong, I'm fine with supporting the culture that the companies do. I just don't think that they'll be able to understand my background, because the demographics don't make sense, right? I'm like a very minority in this industry anyway. So anyways, I don't mean to like go on like a political whatever talk. It's not political, but all right, let's just work on this. Widget ID key. Widget ID key. Bruto. Es que no juego. All right, so yeah, we can put this here. Can it be null? It's nullable. Okay, so then when we extract it here, this one might be null, but we're not going to return a failure here, because this is only for us to then this widget ID. What do we do with this? We're going to update our widget if this is not null. And I have some stuff here that I could use here. No te ponga bruto. All right. Let's see here. We get in the widget manager. We'll get the instance ID. Let's use the app context here. Okay, then we get all the app widget IDs. Let's call this social stat widget. So then here, the intent, we're saying, okay, we want to send a message that says we've updated this app, and these are for all of these IDs. But what if I already have the ID? So this is just going to update every single thing. So if I have 5 widgets, it's going to update all 5 widgets. I don't know if I want to do that. I just wanted to update a specific widget ID. Is there a way to update a specific one? Update widget content. What's this update widget content? App widget manager, that update widget. Okay, app widget manager. Is this update widget content? Partially update, but see, this app widget ID is different than the widget ID that I have. Do I have that widget here? ID. I have the glance ID, but then the glance ID extends app widget ID. So this is an app widget ID. Okay. So then that means when I'm in the worker, I can use the app widget manager to update base. But I need to give it a remote view. I don't want that. Okay. Let's try this way of sending the broadcast. If this actually works, then I don't need to pass in the widget ID. Boom, boom. All right, so let's try this out in here. Instead of enqueuing the work, how do we do this one here? Let's see how this was used. Yeah, so just like this. Lamento, baja, movimiento, momento lento. All right, so here, set input data. Yeah, so we'll do the save stats worker that enqueue work, right? And we pass in the context, the remote ID, which we have the social stat profile remote ID, the widget ID as well for now, because I don't think we need it, but I just want to see how this works. None of the following actions can be called with arguments applied. Why not? Senso, senso. Ojito chiquitico. Piso. De novio tiso. Tico. Okay, so it's already enqueued. Context. Dice en una nube de alcohol que te empapa. Una nube de humo que te arrebata. Ojos de gata. This is just observing it. Si la contigo. Tu amigo la ta ta ta. Yo no lo consigo. Okay. El ombligo de repente tiene mancho. This says enqueue work, but in this scenario, I want to replace, right? Un reemplazo, rechazo, enqueue unique work. So let's see here. What do I want to do in this scenario? Because this is trying to make it to be unique and replace. Let's just not worry about this for now. This is going to be a to-do. To-do, provide a way to make worker unique. Then let's see what's the next step. Yo, by the way, if you're watching, you haven't followed, you haven't subscribed, hit your boy up. All right, anyways. So now that we know that this is enqueued, we should be able to debug this. So when you click, this information don't matter right now. The main thing that matters right here is this. We're enqueuing an existing worker for that remote ID and this UID. This should then do the work, which will then go ahead and refresh, get the new social profile, and trigger an update here. Once it triggers that update in our receiver, we're going to see this action app widget update. Now I need to figure out how to update that specific widget ID. I think I have something here that would help me. Right here. Let's see what this does. I don't know. Debo hacer precaución. Component name. Alright, let's assume this updates it. Let's assume this is going to update it. So, enloquecer y te llamaré después para hacerte mía, mujeres que no sé por qué. También usted te quiero comer. All right, so that should trigger and yep. All right, let me walk you through this. Let me see. Enloquecer y te llamaré después para hacerte mía, mujeres. All right, when we hit click, we start this worker. The worker goes and does the work. Once it completes the work, it triggers an intent, it broadcasts an intent. Made the song go hard. It triggers an update using this action app widget update. That would then go over here to my social widget receiver. It's going to hit this on receive because it was a broadcast intent. I'm going to see that the action was to do the update. that update would then say, hey, for all of the app ID, widget IDs, go ahead and do this on update. Now, this is something that Glance or Android provides to me. But let's narrow it down and see what it's actually doing. So going to unupdate, we can see here that for each of the app widgets, it's calling glance app widget that update. Let's go look at this. Okay, inside of this update, we say, okay, we want to go ahead and call the sessions update glance. Okay, what does that do? Update glance, send event glance state. It looks like to me that this eventually is gonna get back to the dos trago. It's gonna eventually call this provide glance method, which we are overriding up here. So I'm gonna put a debugger lento. Quiero ver. This refreshed on. I need to figure out how I'm gonna get this. Mujer. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something around here. I'm gonna set the debugger here and see what happens. But let's do one here on the click too. So let's just run the debugger and see what happens. Lo sensual. Tomía. Imaginar. Caulita. Juntar. No se quita. Okay, is it even clicking this? I just clicked your widget. Siendo foto mía. Te escondemos. So, fun fact, this group that's rapping right now, singing, they're called Plan B. I had the pleasure to open for them back in the day when I used to do reggaeton. Me and my boy Flo Divani, we destroyed that freaking club. I'm telling you, like, people were just like so hyped, and it was just a dope experience. And then we were able to meet Plan B, and Plan B came out right after we finished our set, and they were just hyped for the whole thing. So it was a dope show. All right, is this running? It is. Okay, it hit. It hit this. All right. Tranquila. I need to set one here in the worker as well. I need to make sure that this is. Está haciendo. OMG, pasa tus canciones. ¿No te gustan mis canciones? ¿Por qué no te gustan mis canciones? ¿Qué tipo de música a ti te gusta? Worker question, no, hi. Que mandes la que hacías. Oh, que mandes las que yo hacía. Bro, pero ¿por qué me tienes? Why you gotta put me on the spot like that? I don't know. No sé si estoy listo para eso. No sé todavía. Si te unes al Discord, tal vez. I'm just kidding. I might post the songs one day. I need to build the courage to do that. It's been a while. Te dio el prime. Dice que me da el prime. Yo. Brother. A ver, es que si digo. Let me see. Listo. No me tienes que usar el Prime. Si quieres, hazlo. Pero aquí les enseño un par de canciones. Here, all right. Let me show y'all real quick. Just really quick. I'm gonna play a sample, and then if y'all want to find me, y'all can find me. But this was back in the day. This was me. Me and my boy Flo. They used to call me Genio Musical, and I used to make a lot of beats, record for people. That's me singing right now. That's my boy Flo. Como ella es. Eso me pone a Tengo una mujer, lo que tiene es una sonrisa que me entretiene, que a mí me mantiene, la voz que a mí me sostiene. Ella es Miguel, Miguel, Miguel. Uy. Bastante memoria, brother. Bastante memorias. You have to understand, I don't speak only English, I speak Spanish and I speak Yo! Gracias, brother. Gracias, brother. Gracias por el sub. Oh my gosh. Gracias, brother. Hey. Me hiciste el día. Bien feliz. Appreciate that, bro. To love, I say I got you, gal. No hay dos que me puedan dar lo que tú me das, tremenda animal. Como esa enigmática no hay. Pero listo. Es un preview, Si quieren, ahí pueden ver, es soundcloud.com/enigma00. Pero eso es like super old. If you can see here, how old? 12 years ago. Bien viejo. Pero sigo haciendo pistas de vez en cuando. But you can see my stuff here if you want. Music is dear to my heart. I want to keep doing it, but this is what's paying the bills. This is where my passion is right now too. So, los dos. Tú me lo hiciste a mi hija, un programador con dembow. Eso no se ve todos los días. Tú sabes que sí, brother. Exacto. Nunca se ve un programador con dembows. Por eso yo quiero cambiar eso. Yo quiero ser... Cuando escucho dembow, I'm here. Porque para eso estoy. Para la fiesta, para la celebración. Es que eso está en la sangre de los latinos, right? We got that in our blood, right? Así que hay que... Y puede ser con merengue, puede ser con bachata, puede ser con ranchera, puede ser con lo que sea, pero lo que sea que te guste y que lo representes. Y por eso estoy aquí yo. Man, I really appreciate your sub, bro. Thank you, man. Like, this is something really passionate on my heart porque en esta industria no se ve. Like, yo, who I work with, you can definitely not see it. So, This is something just dear and dear to my heart. Appreciate you pointing that out, bro. I really appreciate you pointing that out. But let me focus. Porque no tengo tanto tiempo hoy. ¿Cuánto tiempo me queda? Como una media hora. Sí, okay. I need to get this to work. So I clicked on it. We have the worker request here. Dope is sitting here. Okay, so at this point we have a social profile, right? Social start widget receiver. Aquí, we need to set a bit. Me vuelve loco tu cuerpo. Okay, it's not hitting this on receive. Seguimos calentándonos. Hace rato no escucho esta canción. Okay, let's change that. Quiero un poquito más viejo. Vamos a ver. No, quiero algo como reggaetón colombiano mix. Eso es lo que quiero ahora. Real quick. Nueva escuela. Vamos a ver este tipo, a ver qué lo hace. Y vamos para allá. Okay, so I see that the worker is actually invoking the broadcast, but no lo veo hitting the actual social widget stat receiver. Yeah, none of these are getting hit. Roto. Okay, let's run this again. Y vamos a ver. Ver. Tampoco. Corazón roto. Hey, okay, so hacemos clic on receive. Okay, we have an action here. an update, right? Is that the action? Action trigger lambda. Interesting. Okay. Okay, this is making sense for now. Let's see here. Input data. We're gonna have two values, widget ID and remote ID. Okay. Tal. Y aquí el remote ID is this. Pero el widget ID ¿qué es? Widget ID was optimized out because I'm not using it, huh? Okay, that's fine. But then I go do the refresh and I'm pretty sure that's gonna succeed. Huh. Okay, y aquí es social profile, we have it here. But then when we do this, what's application context here, bro? Okay. You should be able to send this broadcast out then. Right, and what's my update intent? It's an app widget update intent. So let me copy this value real quick. Data is null, which is fine, right? Because I am updating everything to my database. Y después lo leo del database. So that should be okay. I could just say, hey, an update occurred. It's your chance to go ahead and refresh the data. Which, okay, let's keep playing this. Let's keep playing this. See, nothing is happening. That's the problem here, right? All right, yeah, that's the problem here. Declare widget in the manifest. I already have this. Na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Hey. Uy, es que este tipo, brother, de la gueto, para mí, él es uno de los mejores. Para mí. Solo me... Puede cantarte reggae, te puede cantar dancehall, bachata, reggaeton, hip hop, lo que tú quieras, él te puede cantar. Okay, I do have this action here. And that should go to the social widget receiver. Yeah, it should go here. So it should hit the on receive. Esta otra canción que me encanta. Otra vez. Mi amor. Estoy arreglándote. On update. Do we have an on update here? Oh shit. Let's see if this get hit. Let's rerun it. Eparita, cabrón, si tú te sueltas, dale pa' abajo que este culo. Bebé, tú debes esconder. Ya vamos al noche. Y mientras te calientas de todo lo que nunca te sueltas. Two. Si tú te sueltas, you're supposed to hit the refresh. You're supposed to hit here, homie. You didn't hit here. ¿Qué pasó? Why the debugger didn't go through? Canción. 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 Pareció. Okay, here we go. Why are you hitting that so many times? Send the broadcast. We should hit it somewhere in this, but we're not getting it anywhere. All right, I'm gonna rerun it, and I need to take a look at what app widgets are. Yeah. Porque I don't know. It's not triggering the update for me. If y'all know anything how to do this, please help me out. I'm clearly struggling. let's see here, app widget IDs is empty. This is why it's not getting updated. It's because this app widget IDs is updated. It's empty. The good news is I have a widget ID which I can send along for them to then update specifically. So this is just a list of ints. When I get the app widget ID here, okay, let me just, minimize this, expand this, and investigate here. So this extra app widgets is just a list of IDs, but here we get the app widgets via this. You get the list of app widgets that have been bound to the given app widget provider. To the app widget provider, which in this scenario is this guy, right? This is the receiver. Who is the provider? This is the provider. Well, let's go double check here. So in the worker, say the app widgets for the social stat widget. Okay. And it says app widget provider. Is there anything else I can override here? Update all, update if, update on delete. Okay, how can I use? Es que esta vaina now is not. Good app widget IDs, the app widget manager based on the application context. But this context might not contain it. When I save this coroutine, that's the app context that gets saved, right? Yeah. Okay. So then how can I ensure that the app widget IDs work? This is just a list of ints. So instead of using all of this here, I think I can just pass it that list, that ID, because I have this ID here, but it's not an int. I can do some unwrapping here to get it, but this is internal, bro. Oh my gosh. How can I convert a glance ID to app widget ID? Let's see here. To app widget ID. Get app widget by the glance ID. Okay, so I can use this here. Mate modele. Ese culito mío. Glance app widget manager. Manager. Que modele. Get instance? No. Go. Oh, you gotta instantiate it. Okay, if we instantiate this. No papel. I don't know if this will work though, but it makes sense to use the glance app widget manager instead. I have the ID. Okay, and I can pass this ID along. Can I pass this along? Ah, shit. Let's see here. Social stat widget. Could I pass this along here? Kobe. What if this was a glance ID? Can we put here? Put object, or just put? Bro, how can I convert a glance ID? Okay, I see. Okay. What I can do here then, I don't need to just do this here. I can do this at the widget layer and then pass this along. So here in the widget layer, I can extract here the app widget ID. This is different than the widget ID that I define. So we can do this here. And we should have context, all right? And then we'll get it based on the glance ID. Where is it at here? ID. I see. Then this app widget ID, which should be an int, right? Yep. We pass this along here. Listo. The widget ID key, we're gonna say put int. Listo. Widget ID, now you need to be an int and you can be null. That's fine. Okay. How can we do this here? All right, we can just do here like this. Apply, right? We build at the end, and then we just do like this. Pero we'll say if widget ID does not equal null, or widget.let, boom, ponemos esto acá y estamos bien. All right, so just do a little bit of wrapping over this here. By the way, you forget to change the title of the stream. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, oh my goodness. I thought I did change it, bro. Good call out, Tux, man. It's been like that for the longest. This was supposed to be the actual title, and this is why I thought everybody was asking questions, but I guess not. Thanks for calling that out, bro. Valentino. Escuché que esta artista le copió letras a alguien, a un americano. Me gusta. Alright, so here we're gonna get an int or default value. And we're gonna say the default value is -1. Because I will never have an ID as -1. So here we're gonna say if widget ID does not equal -1, we want to do this whole thing. And actually, we're gonna just extract this into some function. Update widget by ID. And then we're gonna pass in the ID as an int. And then we're gonna put all of this in here. So we say update by widget ID, and we're gonna give it the ID as the widget ID. So then here we go, and by this widget ID, we say, okay, get the instance. No, I don't even need to get the instance because it's trying to then get all these IDs, which I don't need because I have the widget ID. Put extra app widget IDs, and it's supposed to be, actually, this is supposed to be what? An int array? Okay, then I say int array, y le paso right here ID. Is that the size? Yeah, no, I don't want the size. I want to instantiate it with this one. Actually, it needs to be like this. Int array of, and the ID. And then I don't need this, though. Do you feel that with mobile, you are more programming and doing logic than web? Where in web, you configure third-party things? I mean, in mobile, you can configure third-party stuff too. Like if you think about it, using stuff like Firebase, you know, if you had, back in the day, they used to have like a sub pub library. I think it used to call pub sub. That was the name, I think. But anyways, there's a lot of third-party libraries out there that you can integrate inside of your mobile application. So ultimately, it really depends on what you're trying to build. For web, I think there's also a lot of things that you don't need to configure to do. If you use a framework like Ruby on Rails, a lot of it comes pre-packaged. So you don't really need to integrate with third-party things unless your product requires that. Then that makes sense for you to integrate third-party app integrations or whatever it might be. But like I said, the same thing can be said for mobile. You can integrate with many third-party stuff. For instance, let's see what libraries I'm integrating with right now. I have like SQL Delight is one. That required a lot of configuration. Coil, retrofit, you know. But then when I start integrated with stuff like Firebase, that's gonna be like a big one where I'm using a third-party UI system to kind of like manage that part of my application. So, all right. So this should now be called, and we should just go based on this ID. So let's rerun this. We'll set a thing here, a thing there, and then we need to know if this get called back in the receiver. All right, yeah, let's run it again. Listo. That water was delish. Action, okay. But this action is not the widget. This is a trigger, yeah. And I should hit this twice because I have two widgets. And then this is the click. I'm requesting it with the app widget ID of 15. Then I go do the social profile stuff. I can remove this here. This widget ID should never be -1. It's 15, correct? Well, it can be -1, just not in this situation. So we trigger the update, but it doesn't do anything. I don't get here my stat. All right, let's think about this. Why is it that I'm not receiving an update whenever I'm broadcasting this action? And my manifest is already filtering based on the app widget. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm really in awe right now. Man, how the hell do I... Okay. I know I need to get off soon. I'm hitting that threshold mark. And I can't really get this piece to work. Oh my gosh, okay. Huh. Let's say it prints like this. To implement this, you might want to look at glass state definition. So manager, app widget ID, glass app widget. So this is saying that you can update it based like this. If I instantiate that glance, the widget. Okay. We can try that. I just want to verify something here. Update only takes in a glance ID. Shoot. No me gusta esta canción. Okay, so I have this glance widget. And it has the update. Ooh. Okay, I can just do update, but what's int here? App widget ID. Okay, I could do this. And I could give it a bundle. Interesting. Okay. Let me use this update. Let's try that. Un bandolero donde voy, suce glance. So there's gonna be social stat widget. We just instantiate it like this. And we do that update. We'll give it a context. Con mi bando activado. Ustedes tomenlo and down. And this ID. No, that's not what we want. App widget ID. No! This is internal. I can't use it. Como si nací fuera calderonoma. La llave bota. Y doy ejemplo. Mi respeto a tiempo. Su tino fue tener talento. Agua si mira mentira. Es que el DEA me tiene en la mira. Mis impuestos pago. Critican si trabajo. Critican si soy vago. Y mi hijo de segunda. Como negro zumba. Llegó Trabuco, conocido mundialmente como el maluco. Ha, bro, I don't know how to get this glance ID. Colorados. Inside of a glance widget class. That's not where I'm at though. Get glance IDs. Would that work though? This, look here, this widget. Get widget ID. De alcohol que te empapa. Una nube de humo que te arrebata. Ojos de gata. Es una sata que vacila contigo. Get glance ID by... Okay, I can probably do this. Then, well, glance ID. Then I can say social stat widget, right? And we say update with the context. We're gonna give it an ID, which is gonna be the glance ID. This needs to be a suspend function, which this can be a suspend function, right? Because we're inside of a do work. Yeah. So we should be okay here. And then we wouldn't need this. Ananae, ananao, ananae. Hello? Pa la que anoche que no recuerdo lo que sucedió. Rumba pa. All right, I think I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try and use this widget app manager. I want to see if this will actually give me the glance ID. En la habitación. Ah, I killed it on accident. De color. Entretenimiento. De aumento. De mutuo. Movimiento. Mañana y todavía no recuerdo nada. No estoy tu cara. Si está aquí en mi cama. What's the glance ID here? It says it's app widget ID 15. Okay. Is it gonna actually update it now? It doesn't hit the unupdate here. I don't understand what's going on here. Okay, does this have an update in here? Update. This don't have an update. What do you have here? Update. But is this? Hold on. What got hit? Oh, it got hit. It got hit. Did it? No sé. What's this update? This is internal. I want to see if it hits this. I want to see if it hits this at some point. So let's rerun this. Mi cabeza no se besa. Just click on it. Mi cabeza. Okay, so here. Let's go. App widget ID. Okay, I'm passing that along. Let's update. All right, we're hitting the update. We're getting the glance ID. Okay, now I want to see what's going on here. Which one are we hitting here? If session is not running, which is false, the session is running. So I have this session here, which has this, okay, which has the UID that I have. Okay, so I've debugged I've gotten to the point where I'm saying that it's trying to update the actual session of this widget. But I'm not seeing actually hitting the breakpoints of where it would do the update. Then again, hold that thought. This is a composable, ain't it? This is a composable. So will it even hit the block in here? Probably won't. I need to make sure I do something out here. Print line, hello. I am going to provide the widget with ID. Right. And then let's hit a breakpoint here and let's run this again. I have a slight suspicion that's what's happening is the since this is within a composable, it's being updated, but I'm not seeing it being hidden the debugger because it's not being re-rendered with new value because I haven't changed any value. Alright, hello. Era Street Fighter de sería esa cara de intelectual de enciclopedia. Materia. No máquina de feria. Okay, it's still not hitting it. Still not hitting it. Okay. Come on, Pale. What does this session update glance do? This sends an event for the update glance state. Event types for that session supports. So who's all using this? If it is an update glance debug, away wana. New glance state, widget state definition, get value. Kill Bill. Cerveza de barril. Salte del closet, escapate. I am not fully understanding what's going on whenever we hit these update calls. Untitled Callejera, Street Fighter. So what's the glance state here? Glance state. Mirror. What's the new glance state? It's the same thing. So it's not going to trigger an update. Okay. How can I trigger that update then? If I want to change that preference maps, do I have access to it here from this glance stat? Let's see from the worker. Okay. Tuyo, te sientes mía. Todo tuyo. Does me state definition. Tuyo. Quería. Te caliento más. Mama. Okay, I think I can use this to get the information, right? Preguntaré. Me da calor. No sé como yo. Local view state. Okay. How can I update the... How can I get it from here? Get the data store. Let's see this too. Provide content update. Get app widget state. Maybe this. Me siento tuyo. Sientes mía. Tuyo. I mean, I don't know what the state is gonna be, but sientes mía. Siento tuyo. Mía. Mucho tiempo que te quiero ver. De tu cuerpo tener, pues tu madre ni tu madre te quieren conmigo. Pues hagamos el amor por el teléfono. Te quiero ver. What's the default? What's the default? This one here. So, den mi número telefónico para cuando te sientas sola. Que te para ti a tu solo den. What does this do? All right, I am getting lost in the weeds now, and I need to step away. I have stuff to do. I got to the point where I see that I'm triggering an update for a specific widget ID, but I'm not getting an event saying that, hey, you've been updated. I don't know what triggers this update. I see all the calls being made, right? This update glance, it sends the event, and then I'm seeing the event being triggered here, but I don't understand how this is gonna update. This is a mutable state. Like, how do I get to update this glance state? Widget state definition let config manager. What is config manager? To chillin', you're chillin'. What's the key here? I don't know what the key would be. I mean, I don't think I have access to any of this, because what I was thinking is I could pass in a brand new glance state. But how do I go about updating this state? Update widget state, but this is from within the glance. Yeah. Update that is within the actual widget. I can do that. I can't do that where I'm at right now, right? Is this a function that I can import from anywhere? And I am okay. This might be something globally that I can use. Oh, I could do this, huh? I did not know this. Arreglamos, nos mantenemos en esa, pero nos amamos, y ahí vamos. So if I could do this here. Vida mía, man. Era de caderas. Say what? Caderas. Let me go here. Bien buena. Bien buena. Refreshed on. That's the ID. Te ves bien buena. Stream preference key. I'm gonna say here. Date. Let's see. Local date time. Is that a thing? That now? That to string? Let's see what happens here. Okay, this might make more sense if this actually works. Do you think it's easier to make money with your indie mobile app or web app? I think it's easier to do it with web. I think web is faster. Like there's a lot of tooling that you have in place that helps you just like build stuff from scratch really fast and get it out there. It's also very easy to change, right? If you have an app, you need to push an update. Versus if you have a web, you just need to push your changes to your website, your domain, and trigger like a refresh in the caches or whatever to your server. So doing it from a web, I think, is easier because you get to test a lot faster and you get to get feedback quicker. So making money, I think, is easier on web. The problem is, can you build useful stuff that people use on web? It has a certain type of, I guess, like industry, I think. Yeah, from marketing. Oh, from marketing side. From marketing side, I think mobile is probably easiest because everybody has a phone. It's instant access to download. And it's the cool thing, right? Especially among the younger generation, is you being able to do something on your phone to be able to, have a vibe or whatever the case may be. So I think mobile is better from a marketing standpoint, right? Just take a look at like Apple's marketing budget, right? It's huge because they know it works. And yeah, apps, I think, marketing wise, are easier to market. It's just easier to consume. Easier because it's what people are used to nowadays. All right, let's see this here. Te conocí. Hey, it looks like it's updating. Is it? I don't know. No, it hasn't. Let's see. Okay, so we click here now. In QWork, widget 13. We're updating. We're tracing. We see the snapshot. The new glance state should be different now, right? The existing glance state has refreshed on 23, 12, 23, 12, 22, 24. With 0.31. This one is 12, 22, 45. So a couple seconds different. So we see that this is being updated correctly. That's great. And it triggers the update. It triggers the update. Heck yeah, this is what we wanted. It triggers the update. Dope. Okay. So now if I go back to my widget, see, it says now it changed from here. It changed from November 25 because that was the initial November 25 at 4:05 p.m. That was the hard-coded value. If you can see here, this one still has the hard-coded value. But when I went ahead and did the update, it went ahead and updated the date, and we can see here being represented. I can show that live like this. This widget at the top has the hard-coded value, but when I tap it, the date should change. And see, change. That means it was able to invoke the worker. It went to be able to download all the information and update the widget. Now, the interesting part is to see if it actually invokes this, which it should. Suerte. Collect a state. Can we make this a var? This can't be a var. Why not? Policías. Te ven a mirador. I want another launch effect here. And this launch effect needs to be on refreshed on, because if this change, we know we need to like reissue, like this needs to, we need to re-invoke this here. But does this do it once? Collects values from this flow and represents its latest value via state. Every time there will be a new value passed into flow, it returns a state. Okay, that makes sense. But, okay, I can just, I'm already in a suspend function here. So I can do this here, right? Val, it's a val. I want it to be a var. Doesn't allow it. Okay, that's fine. What we're gonna do then is we're gonna have this initially be a default value here. Say calor. State of. Okay, after this, I need to definitely leave. I have a lot of stuff I gotta go do. Social stat profile here. Are you saying it's because you're not in a coroutine? Yeah. Collect. Is it gonna complain because it's not in the, yeah. Tessanina. I think this will work. But then I might need to do this in like okay, this is fine. I don't know if this is gonna be done in in the UI layer. I feel the stores help a lot. Yeah, they help a lot, but I think lately I've been reading on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, that Apple changed the way they handle keywords for the App Store. So a lot of indie developers are not seeing the same traffic that they used to get before. So the stores can help you, but you got to remember that at the end of the day, those platforms own those stores. So they can ultimately decide what they want to do with your app. You know, this what they did with Epic. Epic that had Fortnite, you know, they're in legal battle with Apple and Google because they're trying to get a big chunk of the pie when they did nothing. They just hosted a space for them to be able to upload their apps, and that was it. So I don't know. Like, I don't think they should get that big of a chunk of the pie when you download stuff from the Play Store or the App Store. But anyways, let me wrap this up here because I know I gotta go. I just want to see this working one last time. But I want to test it. I want to test it with a widget of a user that might have, I don't know, a lot more people. Oops. Somebody that doesn't have like millions of viewers. So Tux here. Okay. Let's try to do Tux. And let's get rid of myself here. But do you think we have the choice? If you think mobile automatically, you will upload on App Store and Play Store. Yeah, that's. I mean, we don't have a choice, right? We don't in this scenario. We could try to find alternatives like, oh shoot, this is crashing, and now I don't know why. Yeah. I'll answer your question in a second. Let me just see why this is crashing. See, yeah. I want the base. Where's the topmost? Eureka. Total views. Okay, you're complaining because the total views of the widget here is 1,000. So okay, yeah. This is crashing. Why? F does not equal long. Más peleas. No, más pelea. I'm trying to find the exact line where it crashes though. This too long or no? But if I have it too long or no, it should just be no. It should not crash. Okay, this is another. Yo, what's up, bro? What up, bro? Glad seeing you here, man. You came at the end now, though. I'm about to leave. I'm good, bro. I'm here chilling. I've been doing this like every weekend, so just. I mean, you're in a different time zone, so that makes sense, bro. But I usually try to get on early in the morning, work on my apps, and go from there. Man, it sucks that you got here a little late, but I understand. It's not your fault. I'll definitely be streaming again tomorrow. Hey, how did that go? How was JavaScript your first time playing around with it? But I need to answer Tooks' question real quick. I agree. We don't have any choice. We have to upload to the Play Store and to the App Store regardless. But that does not mean that it's okay for these owners of these stores to say, hey, I'm going to get 50% of whatever you uploaded. Like, that's theft right there, right? Because you did not have the creative output that I did by building my app, but yet you're going to consume 50% of all my royalties. Like, that's like the freaking music industry. It's why do you think Prince kept all of his, like, try to keep all of his records, and the minute he got all of his records, he died? The same thing with Michael Jackson. Shit, god dang it, bro. Oh my gosh. Every time somebody follows me, that screen plays. So thank you, bro, for the follow. You scared the hell out of me once again. Yeah, it's just a yell. It's just to wake me up, you know. Now I'm up. He said, "Nah, I get a better one." Hey, the good news is you only have to hear it once. You don't have to hear it again, so you're good. He said he woke him up too, bro. That's the whole point. But Tooks, I know we don't have a point, an option, but it doesn't give them the right to just do it. To do that theft, basically. I don't agree with what they're doing. And they should definitely get a cut, but I think they're trying to get too big of a cut. That's the only problem. But you know what? I do need to go. I spent too much time today. I spoke to a lot of people earlier in the stream, one-on-one, and I think it was well invested time because we had great conversation throughout today. But I do need to wrap this up before the end of the year. So to recap, if you weren't here earlier, I am off all next week. So my plan is to stream every single day, treat it as my day-to-day job, and get this app done before the end of the year. It's gonna get done before the end of the year. That's the goal. And if y'all want to be here for the journey, like, you know, follow, subscribe, do all this stuff. But I'll be here all next week. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Yo, Twinkie. My boy. Oh, she said ad break in progress. Do I need to wait for 30 seconds? I think I do. Yo, I'm gonna text you, bro. I'm gonna text you and let me know if you have any questions about JavaScript. And if you want to get on, that we can do this live. That's a great use of the time as well. That way other people can learn. But yeah, let me know, bro, if you have any questions about anything. But yeah, I think that was it for today. I do have stuff, like I said, I need to go do. I went past over by like 30 minutes. So, all right, y'all. Yeah, have a good one. Have a great rest of your day. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Don't think I'll see y'all. Or maybe I'll see y'all tomorrow. No, I have to go cook tomorrow. So anyways, Merry Christmas. I will see y'all before the New Year's. And remember, next week is my Twitch anniversary. So make sure you tune in and we can have a celebration. I'll see y'all later, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace.